Hello, gang. I'm back with another one of these wonderful State of Play showcases. As you can see, this is definitively the one where we'll get Bloodborne. I've consulted with the oracles. This is the one. Snake Lady, hello. Why aren't these live streams supposed to be happening at like 4 a.m.? What's the point if he's not actively hallucinating? No. See, I talked to Shuhei Yoshida. I talked to the management over at Sony. Yoshida, he was pushed aside. They couldn't have him anymore. Scheduling things too poorly. Yeah, I'm going to be well rested this time. It's going to be fun. Becoming a Bloodborne atheist if it isn't announced. The Bloodborne deniers are going to be left behind in 2024. Okay, we're turning a new leaf. A new page. They were literally talking about Bloodborne a minute ago. That's cool. I don't care about Bloodborne or Night Rain. Just make a good Metroidvania again. Stop planning to stream. I need to sleep. Mercy, you have to watch. Bloodborne is coming. Oh, hey, I'll tell Logi you said hello. Hey, people. I will kill myself if something good gets announced. Oh, you will not kill yourself if something good gets announced. Bloodborne PC today, mark my words. I'm marking them Apophis prominence. Hey, Nobre. Logi's gonna be... I haven't talked to Logi about being here. Don't think he will be. Siphon Filter remake, please, God, please. Could be fun. But before we go any further, chat, this is what we're working on right now. So, the State of Play bingo, as it stands right now, this is the card. And here's extra ideas that we have. And we'll move things around. Because we still have 10 minutes before things get really going. And since none of you wanted to contribute on the Discord, I'm going to do it live. Bloodborne merch announcement and nothing else. See, I hope they announce Bloodborne merch and then the link just goes to that swastika t-shirt site that Kanye was posting about. I think that would be incredibly funny. Bloodborne is never coming. A new Metal Gear Solid is never coming. Another great game is never coming. Nothing ever happens. Listen, sometimes things happen, you know? If Loki pops up, he'll pop up. He'll pop off. Electronic pick. Lol. Hey, Dinomatrix. Hi, everybody. Hey, Slender. The moon. I'm almost done with video number 4. It took an extra 2 months because I did pre-production for my next game, coinciding with that because I had so many ideas for that video, and there was the holidays and such. But it's almost done now. It's about 90 minutes. Just thereabouts. But I think it's good. But I've rewritten it to shit so many times that I don't know. It's one of those times. But those videos tend to be ones that people like, even though I feel like I've kind of lost the thread writing them. Tell Loki to do the Elden Ring cosmology. I am not the nexus point to which you people contact Loki. Okay? I'll tell Loki to just watch the stream and then he'll read all about it. Did I write Resident Evil in that way to mimic the Resident Evil voice that says Resident Evil whenever you press start? Resident Evil. Yeah, I did. Next Final Fantasy will be a live service game with heavy LGBTQ focus and Trump being the evil Diablo as the main bad guy. I think my understanding is that Trump is quite popular in Japan. I might be wrong about that, but that's my understanding. I don't know if Square Enix would go would strike at the man. Getting the true Miyazaki experience firsthand. Listen. I thought about doing a sequence where I called up Hidetaka Miyazaki himself. And I have to explain, I was just finished work. I had some bad chicken or whatever at lunch. Went to KFC. And when I got home, I was so delirious because I was super tired and I just crashed for like an hour. And in my sleep-depraved delirium, I thought this would make a really good sequence for this. And I've decided against it, but the joke would be that I was going to call up Miyazaki, and I was planning on doing the accent and everything. And in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, probably good that I went to sleep before streaming. Favorite console, PlayStation 2, of course. It's how games are these days, and Trump is just some dude. Huh. I want a Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, and Blood Rain, or a new Kingsfield game so bad. Kingsfield probably never gonna happen. I don't think Notoshi Jin is coming back. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what he. It's kind of like oh God, what's his name? Earthbound. Sabaruti Iko or whatever his name is. His name is not that. He has a real name. Shigesato Itoi. It's kind of like I do want him to do another game because this guy, he makes good game. He made them 30 years ago, and then he was like, I'm done. But it's like, no, come back because you have not been corrupted by the proliferation of like online services and games, and you still have that unbroken connection back to the way things used to be. I'd be interested in seeing what that kind of developer would do if given the opportunity today. I'm ready. I'm ready for my seasonal disappointment. Logi, welcome. Everyone in chat has been talking to you. Not gonna lie, I can see Bayonetta going to Tekken 8. Not gonna bet on it, but it could happen. Oh yeah. But we still need, if anybody wants to make changes to the bingo. I think right now is kind of weak. I'm not gonna lie. I think maybe this one should be in exchange for that. Also, I think most of you, and look, I'm calling you out here. I think chat doesn't appreciate the bingo as much as I do. He'd be enlisted to make the new Fortnite. Oh yeah. Would Night Rain not be considered Berserk by proxy? I don't think so. I don't think Elden Ring is very Berserky. It has some, homages and nods to it, but spiritually, I don't think Elden Ring really connects that well to Berserk. I think Demon Souls does. But I think that they've moved away from that ethos much more so. The games aren't quite as bleak, I don't think. Tell Loki to do the Elden Ring cosmology. Loki, you should do the Elden Ring cosmology. This is what people are saying. Elden Ring feels more Fantasia Berserk. Yes. I actually just finished a reread through of the entirety of Berserk. And I got to the Fantasia arc. And this was the first time I've read the whole of Berserk from beginning to end. I was like, oh yeah, I can see how the Lost Children fits into the story now. It makes sense. But I got to Fantasia, and definitely, like, first of all, just the sort of coiled spiral tree, that's immediately just, I see where that came from. But there's also this idea with Griffith about how, and you can kind of see it in the tree, and this is an Elden Ring idea too, which is just the unification of opposites. So he has Fantasia, he has this gigantic white city, and he's created a world where apostles and mankind can live together. And it's sort of like he's trying to birth a new morality and a new way of existence to function. Meanwhile, he's being hunted by Guts, who is, because people are always making these like fan arts of like Casca or Guts killing Griffith, and it's like, yeah, when Berserk ends. But it's like, Berserk isn't about revenge. Like Berserk, the resolution to the story is not going to be, and he finally got his revenge. If Berserk ends that way, it will be a pathetic ending that will just make everything that came before it look like garbage. Because Berserk is like about transcendent morality and about the creation of a new world and a new way of human being to exist. And it's just like, the resolution can't just be that, well, Guts didn't make the transition into Griffith's new world. He still harbors this hatred from the old days, and Griffith can't move on from that. It's like, there is something deeper that's gotta be the resolution. I do not believe that it's gonna end with one guy killing the other guy. Oh, you're not gonna do the Elden Ring cosmology, Logi. I would have you. I'll have you on call after the state of play if you want. We can talk a little bit about the state of play. But I want to do some reactions by myself. Because I went into the trouble of doing the bingo. But everybody's talking about the cosmology lore. Logi, can you explain to me what the cosmology lore is? I hate Soulsborne YouTube. Do not become tarnished, Acer. I'm not going to become a Soulsborne guy. Like, I like From Software. I do videos. I'm planning on returning to just doing old FromSoft stuff. But I do want to... I'm going to stream the Night Rain network test. Because I was given a code and I'm like, yeah, that'll be fun. And I do still plan on making the Elden Ring commentary. But after that, I'm going back. I'm going back to, like, immersive sims, Japanese horror games, and old FromSoft. And that'll just be kind of like how the channel will operate from that point. The whole themes of FromSoft series is mostly just like, here are the rest of the things I had to say about these modern From games. When a new one comes out, I'll do a video about that. But that'll be that. Is Harrison Ford gonna be here at least? Man, he was so drugged last time we saw him. Do you guys remember that? Also, tell me if audio levels are acceptable. Just gonna make a final change here. Right now is almost guaranteed, so I'm gonna remove that. Alright, so we have our bingo card. A lot of mouth sounds right now. Yeah, well, I'm doing a lot of mouth sounds because I'm drinking my coffee, man. I'm allowed. What engine am I using for Snail? It's GML, just Game Maker. But none of that drag and drop stuff. I did real programming, don't worry. I'm also thinking of using it as... because I have so much code built into Snail that when it comes time to doing the next game, I'm like... I'm 50-50 on, like, do I just Majora's Mask it and do I build it on top of the Snail skeleton? Or do I go for a new engine? But I would not go for a new engine unless I decided to do the game in 3D. Yeah, it's okay to drag and drop. I'm just fooling. All right, first game of the night. Monster Hunter. Hey Jennysaurus, yes, I'm doing well. I don't have sound on. Oh. No, I don't have sound on. What a fun... It's because it's on the hands-free version of it, not the stereo. There, I fixed it. This is the riveting audio you guys have been missing out on. Gonna be gone once this drops. What would you do if Bloodborne was first and you didn't have the sound on? I've heard Bloodborne! I don't need the sound on for Bloodborne.
Stand witness to how its existence unfolds.
Oh, Loki, are you a Monster Hunter guy? Say it ain't so. I want Loki to be like an Infinity Nikki kind of guy. Just be absorbed in shitty gacha games. I've been told in a dream that today is the day. Then it must be true. Why would dreams lie to you? The Blue Point remake of Bloodborne. Oh no. No. Oh yeah, he does play Honkai Star Rail. Got these. See? Bloodborne. They're like they're itching towards it, you know.
皆さんこんにちは。モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーの辻本です。無料タイトルアップデート第1弾の追加モンスターとして
Gonna need a video connecting Monster Hunter to the Souls games. Oh no.
この他にもタイトルアップデート第
Loki
1弾
already
で
plays
追加される
gacha
コンテンツはまだありますが、
24/7.
詳細は改めてお知らせしたいと思っております。本作は発売後に数回のタイトルアップデートを予定しています。タイトルアップデート計画については追ってお知らせしますので、今後の情報にご期待ください。2月28日の発売まであと少し。皆様に楽しんでいただけることを心よりお待ちしております。本日の発表は以上となります。
That's all for today's announcement. And with that, enjoy the rest of the state of play. So far, we're 0 for 0 on the bingo card. Sega.
Forged to unleash vengeance. More than a weapon, it is the soul of a shinobi.
Huh. Oh my god, you're right, it's a new Sonic game.
No obstacle.
Look at those golden rings!
Soaring where others would not dare.
Oh, this looks like fun. I'm probably not gonna play it, but you know, it could be fun.
Striking with lethal precision.
Cute art. It's kind of cute. Cool art. It's a Sekiro-like, chat. You can tell by how there's a Shinobi, ninja kind of stuff. So games just take 11 years to make now, I guess. Yeah.
The legend continues.
Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. Cool. Oh, it's Mewtwo. Wait, that's actually Sonic. Okay, this must have been commented on a million times, but why does he have a car? Isn't the point of Sonic that, like, oh, he runs really fast, but then when he gets a racing game, they're all in, like, carts? Why aren't they running? Like, it makes sense for Eggman to have a cart. He has a weird Eggman body that can't run really well, but the rest of the gang should just run. Supersonic racing. Oh, the cars transform. That's very Crash Tag Team Racing. In that game, you can actually merge the different racers together by crashing into them. I would always do that. I'd have the Crash Bandicoot car and I'd try to crash into Nina Cortex because I really like the way her guns work. Her and I think Engine also had a pretty good car. Because then it wouldn't be a Mario Kart clone. That's the best the franchise been getting lately. Is this Akira?
Break free. Become unbound from the laws that govern reality. To turn the gears of time once again.
An apocalypse looms over parallel worlds as their fates begin to intertwine.
Huh? Give me that hot opera
Battle to
gameplay.
alter destiny.
Is this another Crossvein? No.
Embark on a journey alongside gods, heroes, and monsters of bygone eras. The anomalies known as
My instinct is gotcha.
Digimon.
Digimon? Huh? They're back? Huh? Gang, what do we think of this?
Seize the future
Huh?
together. The story of a bond that transcends.
You don't know what Digimon is? Oh my god, savior! Ugh! Pal World if it was good. Digimon story. I thought Digimon was dead. Like dead
大家
dead.
好，我是《输入之魂》的创作者杨斌。从一名独立开发者到今天与 PlayStation 携手，这一路走来已历经10年。《输入之魂》结合了流畅爽快的战斗体验与丰富多样的世界设计，玩家将在各具风格的场景中探索，面对充满个性的敌人，同时与有趣的角色互动，逐步揭开精彩的故事。
Do we give it to this surprise indie game? Looks really good. I don't know. This isn't an indie game, like strictly speaking, and also I don't think it looked like really good. It just surprised me.
I keep having the same dream. A horrible dream. Where monsters invade our world. A powerful being.
White bro
falls
called
from the
after a
sky.
search engine.
And when it seems they might vanquish the invaders, the dream ends. Is this really just a dream? My only hope lies with you.
A hero's journey to reunite lost souls. Also, this is that anime stuff again, where they have these disembodied voices saying nothing.
We will travel across worlds, leap through dimensions together.
You hear me? You hearing this? I have to kill darkness. The love in your heart will always shine brighter than the dark of the void. This is like nonsense.
Waiting to be fulfilled.
It's just a trailer thing, voices saying nothing.
Let me be your vengeance. The blade in your hand.
Blade in your hand. The guy was swinging a big stick, which makes me think this is like a Wukong, right?
You never wanted to be a hero.
Yeah, he does sound like Malekith, doesn't he?
For humanity's sake, you must. Feed me.
Then give me your power, Arena.
Lost soul aside. Looks like Devil May Cry. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. We've got several updates today from partners around the world, starting with news from the Like a Dragon series.
Oh.
First up, a playable demo of Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
No more anime
arrives on
games.
PS5 this Friday. Players
Same
can
release
try out
date as
2
Night
battle
Train.
styles,
Oh
including
no,
Goromaji's
China,
new Sea
your
Dog
games
style,
ain't gonna
as well as
survive.
engage in naval battles at the Pirates Coliseum.
What is the Yakuza series? What is this?
Sega and Mint Rocket join forces in Ichiban's Holiday, a new crossover DLC coming to Dave the Diver. Ichiban Kasuga and other Like a Dragon characters team up to thwart a gang of troublemakers in classic beat-em-up style, all while perfecting new recipes at Bancho Sushi. Dave the Diver Ichiban's Holiday arrives this April on PS5
Yakuza is a
and
peak
PS4.
franchise. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, every time I see a clip from
Split
Yakuza,
Alpha
it's some
begins
different
February
kind of game.
27th on PS5. Use portals and futuristic physics to dominate the arena, and play a new 24-player mode where 3 teams compete on a massive map.
I'm probably not gonna do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I'm here to give you an exclusive first look in the future of the WWE 2K franchise. Introducing the Island.
He sounds like Pendulat a little.
Online environment filled with
I should hop on For Honor.
landmarks,
I don't believe in
quests,
supporting
live
Ubisoft.
events, and
No, but
shops
it's just
of
I'm not like
the other
I'm not a
players
big
at
online
home.
player. Like I'm a little bit excited for Night Rain just because I want to see what Elden Ring combat looks like when they just go crazy with it. Do whatever you want with it. Go wild. Yeah, let the player just fly around with that combat system. See what that looks like. But I played a bit of Rocket League back in the day. I did like Phantom Pain, base infiltrations. That's the extent of my online play. I'm not a big fan of it. I played a lot of RuneScape as a kid, you know, but multiplayer shooters that isn't my thing. I think they lack substance. You were actually talking about For Honor, though. That's not a shooter. Borderlands 4.
Sup? I'm Randy from Gearbox.
And I'm Randy from Gearbox.
And you know why we're here? We're here for you. Are you ready? It's 2025, and every day we are getting closer to the launch of Borderlands 4. Let's go!
Just
Wake up and I'm feeling like a I wake up feeling like a brand new. I wake up feeling like a brand new.
Cringe. I actually can imagine Borderlands being kind of fun if you have a team playing with you. I don't play Borderlands. I played the second one, and I was given the pre-sequel on PlayStation 4 as like a game of the month 7 years ago or something, and I played that. It's a fine series if you're just like looking to play something kind of brain dead that you can just have a lot of fun with, but you know. I can imagine if you have a squad. This is a good one. This is a good one.
So badass, so much fun.
So badass.
We don't have to wait long now. Borderlands 4 is going to break free for a special state of play this spring, focused exclusively on Borderlands 4.
We're diving deep, you guys. Join
Ain't no
us.
party like a
Borderlands
pitchfork
4,
party.
state of
I don't
play,
think he's like a
combat,
Pete Diddy
hunters,
guy.
Action skills, exploration and discovery, everything. You're gonna see more guns than you can even count.
All on PlayStation 5. But
Check that
Randy,
cringe
do you have
square on the
anything else
bingo.
for
I
us?
did.
I think I do, Randy.
Well, what is it? Don't hold out on me, Randy.
I'll feed you, baby bird. Who wants a launch date for Borderlands 4?
This Randy.
Well,
Me.
Borderlands 4 launches worldwide for everyone on September 23rd, 2025.
I was hoping they were gonna be like
Spring.
right now. Does he still have piss in his hair? Did he have piss in his hair?
I mean to be rude,
Oh, you're at work.
but I really don't do small talk. Nice to meet you too.
Two riders, worlds apart.
So you want to go through more of your crazy stories? My crazy stories? But how are we supposed to get out of here if we don't start to trust each other? I don't need your trust. Well,
Oh my
I kind of need yours.
god.
I take inspiration from this story from when me and my
Just gonna put another circle in the in the cringe in the cringe grid.
All I can do is write this.
Actually,
Oh, we'll face it together. We got this. Yeah.
here. We'll write this story together. Here, this is something for nobody.
I wrote it when I was a kid. What sort of devil child were you?
Ugh, yeah, so outrageous. A kid wrote a story with dragons in it.
I did not sign up for this. Brace yourself, Zoe.
Can't wait for gamers to blame wokeism. I think this is a game for nobody. I don't understand how something like this gets made, but David Lynch can't get the budget to make his final movie. You know? We have weird priorities as a society. Please don't make them fall in love. Wolfenstein Youngblood Part 2!
Status report. Looks like it penetrated through there. We need to inspect the hull damage first.
Penetrated. Am I right, gang?
Doesn't look too
Sex.
good either. What is that?
Oh, is it Alien? Nah, what is it?
You feeling alright?
My body's going one way and my mind's going another.
What is that? This ship is infected with an alien organism. It still doesn't feel.
Is it another Alien Isolation?
Forget why you started. Lord have mercy.
No, what is it?
Do you think Williams knows more about this substance than he's letting on? We can't take any chances with him.
Also, I think that's Moses Ingram.
Changing its cellular structure. It's replicating the human form. It's replacing us.
Oh, it's the Thing, but in
I
space.
know this will be difficult to hear, but if you're still out there, you deserve the truth.
She was Captain Marvel in Doctor Strange. Also, the Directive 8020, the Dark Sister or whatever in the Obi-Wan show. I don't know. I feel like I've played something very much like this many times. I don't know.
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple.
Oh, is that like a dark anthology kind of game?
That he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton.
If it is, it's interesting that they didn't advertise any like player choices.
It may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance that you could sustain significant
Man of Medan. Yeah, it's one of those maybe.
not limited to death or dismemberment. We fully expect the retrieval process to go smoothly and without incident. But
Third
just
circle
in
in
case,
cringe. I'll put a third circle in cringe. Don't you worry. If that's what the people want, that's what the people get. Third circle. Kind of ugly, but whatever. I was gonna say we have a circle here for oh my god it's celebrity, but I don't think that reveal was like, yeah, we got a celebrity in this one.
Greetings from Moonhood.
We're the creators of the Midnight Walk.
Cozy horror game created entirely in clay, where you will journey down a night.
Oh yeah, I recall liking what I had seen of this.
Want to devour you and your little lantern creature, Hawk Boy.
Together with your little friend, you must outsmart these
nice
terrors
to see
and bring
Theon
back
Greyjoy
fire to
landing
this
on his
mad
feet.
world we've handcrafted for you.
So please enjoy this short gameplay preview.
A cozy game. Made entirely in clay.
The burnt one woke from a deep slumber.
Fire? I'd almost forgotten how it felt.
I like this little gremlin protagonist we have. I'm gonna say surprise indie game looks really good.
Mountain. Am I right?
Close your eyes to make things clear.
The Midnight Walk. I like how, like I said, I like how our protagonist just looks like a horrible gremlin. It's really cool.
Special thanks to Klaus and Olaf for that updated look at the Midnight Walk.
Klaus and Olaf, my boys.
Up next, a quirky new adventure from Konami.
Quirky new adventure. It's Darwin's Paradox.
In Darwin's Paradox, you play as Darwin, a clever octopus who finds himself dumped near a highly suspicious food processing center. Use Darwin's natural camouflage and inking skills to escape the facility and save the world from aliens.
Konami used to make Metal Gear Solid games. Now they do Octopus Stealth games.
We're excited to reveal a brand new title from Koei Tecmo Games and Omega Force. Warriors Abyss, a roguelite spin on the Warriors franchise. Descend into hell. Call on powerful allies. And experiment with tons of playstyle combinations to send the enemy hordes flying. A roguelite hell awaits when Warriors Abyss launches on PS5 and PS4 later today.
For whom are you working? I won't forgive you. Prepare yourself!
A PS2 era classic returns with Onimusha 2: Samurai's Destiny. Capcom is enhancing the original game with HD graphics and a host of quality of life features, including fine-tuned analog controls. Immerse yourself in Jubei's hard-boiled journey and fight through a world of turmoil alongside trusty allies. Onimusha 2: Samurai's Destiny comes to PS4 on May 23rd and will be available for pre-order later today. Looking to 2026, let's check out a new trailer for Capcom's latest entry in the series, Onimusha Way of the Sword.
We'd already known about this game from the Game Awards, or Summer Game Fest, or whatever. No, I think it was the Game Awards. Captured on PC. It's funny that they have to disclose that. PS5 has no games. Yeah, you know, yeah. Does this count as dark fantasy? Nah, because it's dark fantasy slash medieval. So like the idea is that it's knights and kings and cavalry and not samurai. He almost did like a Mr. Beast smile. Did you guys notice? I like that PlayStation 2 layered flat little polygon thingamajig to make the hair. Those flaps. Jesse in Pokemon is named after this guy? That's so. Now we get to Metal Gear.
Colonel,
I knew it from the environmental layout. I'm such a real fan.
I'm sure of it. America is out to destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance. The Philosopher's legacy. Then they're out to kill me as well.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She
is like a mother. And my
like
master.
my mentor.
The Cobras will take care of him.
Do you hear me, Snake? We are the sons of the boss.
I see it.
The fear! It's such a good
A
game.
great and terrible fury at being alive.
You can defeat the fear by feeding him poisoned food. And he has like vomits.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here.
Really
Go
funny.
home. Go back to your boss.
I still have the Shagohod and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us.
Dun 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 dun.
Finished yet.
Do we get the sad music? Nah. They wouldn't. They wouldn't hit us with that. They wouldn't do that to us. If you've never had to play Peace Walker, huh? Oh yeah, they're gonna put the monkeys in it too. Peace Walker remake when? The ones in the pachinko looked a bit better. Yeah, kinda. These ones look kinda smooth, you know?
When the fury of emotions sparks the wildfire of violence, it dissolves our illusions and exposes the fragile structure of reality.
This is cool.
I have 1,000 questions. Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in. In that moment, I felt a connection.
Aw. Death Stranding at home?
Where are my men?
They're gone.
Choose your next move wisely.
What happened here?
Oh, I think we saw a preview for this.
And lots of it.
Impossible. It's you. You must continue.
Gameplay? Any gameplay, please?
To uncover.
Yeah, we'd seen something from this. Coming September 4th. Hell is us. Ugh. What? Oh, hey! This thing you loved? Here's more of it for you to love.
How can it be winter all of a sudden?
I'm sorry. You want to know the year? What a pleasure to meet a stalker worthy of the name. It's been far, far too long.
Lies of P, baby.
My forever friend. Help me to hold your hand and die.
It's me, Pinocchio, mate! I don't remember if he talks. I don't think he
You're not
talks.
the puppet I was expecting. Who are you?
She was looking for
I had actually, if you guys remember, and I'm just gonna talk over the trailer. I know a lot of people are excited to see this. But I had pitched that Lies of P2 should be a Peter Pan game. And you could have sort of like Britain invading Neverland to steal their immortality, and you play as Peter Pan. I had a much more elaborate pitch for it, but
I'll do
kind of
whatever
watching
it
the trailer.
takes. Your survival is all that matters. Nothing else comes close, not even my life.
Pinocchio is Italian.
I swear I won't be late.
Incredibly Italian. Though he looks like a little British boy. PixelJunk. A game by Bion. What am I looking at here? Is this a sequel to that game where you played as that blind woman in the house? Oh, that's kind of charming.
Where do you think
much have eyes. We don't know where our children will put down roots.
No creation without destruction, because destruction is by no means an end, but a beginning of something beyond. Dreams of Another. This looks pretty alright. Wish list now.
皆さんこんにちは。Qゲームスのクリエイティブディレクターのバイオンです。
バイオンです。
私の最新作ドリームオブサナザーはいかがだったでしょうか。破壊なくして想像はないというテーマのもと、ドリームオブサナザーでは
Every now and then you see a game that you're pretty sure just like I think this started as like somebody was fiddling around with shaders or renderers and they decided to make a video game of some weird effect that they were able to create.
プレイヤーは幻想的な夢の世界へダイナミックな変化を与えることができます。今年 PS5 登場予定で、本日からウィッシュリストへの追加ができます。ありがとうございました。
This looks nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani, and I'm excited to share even more PlayStation news in today's show.
Oh.
Days Gone Remastered, the definitive version of Ben Studio's post-apocalyptic open-world epic, comes to PS5.
They need to get these white people out of my PlayStation showcases. Every time this shit happens, it's some white idiot packed in between interesting announcements with like, hey, we're remaking this game from 4 years ago. What are we putting this under?
Days Gone on PlayStation 4, you can upgrade
Horizon.
to the digital version of Days Gone Remastered and get all the content and features for $10. Days Gone Remastered launches on PS5 April 25th. New DLC is coming to Stellar Blade this June. The sci-fi action game is partnering with Goddess of Victory Nike on a new boss battle, collectible dolls and stickers, plus a new outfit.
I don't like this this horny art style.
Both
I
the
think
Nike DLC and the PC version of Stellar Blade
it doesn't
launch this
titillate.
June.
It just feels to me like
We've got some great PlayStation Plus updates today, starting with game
Dead or Alive
catalog
Beach
titles
Volleyball.
arriving on February 18th. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Top Spin 2K25,
I don't know if you know this about me,
and
chat,
launching in
but
the
I'm
game
famous
catalog,
for my
Lost
being
Records,
a
Bloom and
friend to
Rage,
women
from the creators
everywhere.
of Life is Strange.
I'm renowned for it, in fact.
Girls ever see anything weird around these parts?
What did you say? Days Gone? What is
In
this?
this episodic adventure, players will join 4 high school girls living through the defining summer of their lives.
Oh, god damn it.
What begins as a tale of friendship will eventually blend reality, dreams, and the unknown into a dual timeline narrative. The first episode of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage arrives February 18th, with the second episode arriving in April.
Yeah, new IP that's the same as the every other IP.
Unique indie titles that will launch into game catalog later this year. Explore a mysterious mansion and blueprints, a genre-bending architectural adventure.
Oh, that could be fun. I'm the blueprints, mate.
Every door is a new decision as you build out a sprawling manor with 45 shifting rooms, adding layers of strategy, puzzles, and
Hey, that was Jill Valentine.
Blueprints launches day 1 into game catalog this spring. Abiotic Factor is a 6-player survival crafting game from Playstack and Deep Field Games. Stranded miles beneath the surface, you and a team of scientists must craft ingenious gear and traps.
I will watch my streamers play this together. I will not play this myself.
Abiotic Factor will be available in game catalog when it launches this summer. Now let's get a sneak peek at games coming to the PlayStation Plus Classics catalog. Coming soon are the first 3 Armored Core titles from the original PlayStation. Armored Core Project Phantasma, and Armored Core Master of Arena. Meanwhile, Patapon 3 slides its way into the Classics catalog next week.
No one knows how that world came into being. It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left.
What is this?
That was a fatal mistake.
Witchblade.
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it.
Oh, can sense it.
As long as it isn't forged. My wish can be fulfilled. But wishes come at a price.
See what I mean
To
about
pursue
these
one's wishes
voices that don't say anything?
is to court one's doom.
Yeah, also she said she was left, but there's other people there.
Holy Grail. Blood. This is a feast only for the king. Can't escape from your doomed fate.
Gwendolyn,
Gwendolyn.
this is your final warning.
My quarrel lies not with you, but I will take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is
Death.
my soul.
Oh. Tides of Annihilation. This looks like fun. It looks like, kind of reminds me of the old God of War
The
games.
table is dead. It exists no more.
One more game, come on, please. What is this?
How do you feel? Is something bothering you?
Just some noise in my core.
Core. Armored core.
Deep down in the depths of Vulcan.
I think we're right at the tippy end. Like, I think it's almost over. I think it was just supposed to be 40 minutes.
They will send everything they have to stop us.
I'm hoping this isn't the final thing they show.
You know I would never want to see you.
I am the armored core. Silksong is next. We ain't getting We're getting Bloodborne. They've been hinting at it all throughout this stream.
I remember you.
Run away.
Metal Eden. A lot of wish listing prompts.
Oh yeah. My memory's still a bit blurry.
Build a rocket boy.
Remember this.
DS! Showtime!
Ugh.
I have these gaps inside my head.
I've got gaps.
10-minute window. You made it.
You made it.
That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story. I'll cover you. All this time you just wanted answers
Every
about
squad in
protecting
the
your head.
American military must have a guy named
Ruined my
Diaz.
life.
Diaz is a very American soldier coded name.
Should have left you in the desert.
This is not the first time we got a fatal error with your tech.
DS, make it stop! Make it stop!
Rodriguez. Fighting robots.
I know what I have to do. This is the only way.
I don't know. I don't know, chat.
Hello, I'm Leslie Benzies, director of MindsEye, Builder Rocket Boy's new action-adventure set in the fictional city of Red Rock. where
this
AI
guy
and human greed collide
dyes his
to
hair.
bring Earth to the precipice of collapse.
You can always tell because it's a bit too dark, and you can tell by his crow's feet and like the wrinkles around his eyes and his receding hairline that he's clearly like 45, 50, and his beard has like different patches of different colors, but his hair is like uniformly black. Speaks to vanity, you know? I like my game developers to ace with a bit of grace. Bloodborne next, yes.
What's going on in there?
It was an ambush.
Didn't have to do it like that. Leave him alone.
Lose her.
I'm just saying, gang, I'm just saying, you know. These unrealistic beauty standards these video game showcases are pushing on our children, you know. I was kind of mean. I don't mean it to be mean. I'm just saying that he dyes his hair a bit too dark. He should have gone a touch grayer. I'm not saying like he looks good. He looks good. Okay, don't misconstrue. He's a handsome guy. He just dyed his hair way too dark, and it ruins the symmetry. Glenn Howerton did it in one of the seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. His hair was way too dark. Bloodborne.
It always comes back to this.
It always comes to the hunter's helper to clean up, right? So it's the beach where you fight the Orphan of Kos.
This world. This moment. This choice.
It's not Victorian. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, let him cook, let him cook. See? That's the moon. What do we know? The moon. That's symbolic for enlightenment. And now the one reborn is gonna be born.
Madness reigns.
There's the Orphan of Kos.
Everything begins again.
Oh, that might actually just be the one reborn.
But after every death, I always come back stronger. I know that you are here, and I will find you.
Saros. Or Snaros. Look, the beginning of that trailer really had me thinking it was Bloodborne. Okay? It's a pretty decent cinematic. The monster looked a bit AI generated, but it's a decent cinematic. It's a hint. It's a hint, chat. That's right. It's a hint.
Hey everyone, I'm Gregory Loudon, creative director at Housemarque. We are thrilled.
I'm not going to say
announce
anything
that
about
our
his
latest
looks.
game, Saros,
Chad,
is
I don't want you to
launching
yell at
next
me
year
again.
on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro. Saros is the ultimate evolution of the Housemarque gameplay first experience.
Fell
It's a
for it
new
again
single-player
award.
IP that builds on Returnal's award-winning third-person action. You play
You're
Arjun
reaching.
Devaraj, performed by the brilliant Rahul.
This is a game developer
Arjun
looking
is a
guy.
powerful
See,
enforcer
I think that's a
searching
lot
for
meaner
answers
than anything
on a
I
hostile,
said.
shape-shifting
Okay.
planet haunted by an ominous eclipse. All of us at Housemarque can't wait to share more about.
I didn't say I was
with our
reading
first
chat.
Gameplay coming later this year. Thanks for watching.
Doesn't look like a vain guy. Okay, it's time. We have one more thing to show you. No. One more thing to show us. One more thing to show us. It would be pretty embarrassing if
PlayStation.
I see. Hey, you know what? The Night Rain network test is coming up this weekend. They're probably going to show Bloodborne after that. They don't want to have the two collide, you know? Acer, do you think FromSoft should have made the next game instead of working on Night Rain? Look, Night Rain isn't what I wanted them to do, but I don't mind them making it just so that they can make, like, you know, $500 million and just be financially secure. I also think it's fine for them to just do, like, because I'm interested in seeing the world generation, see how robust it is. And like I said earlier, I'd like to see what they can do with the combat if they really just blow it up. I think it's fine, you know. I don't think this signals like, oh my god, From Software's fallen off. No. They used to do this shit all the time. Don't worry. They're not falling off. There's nothing wrong with getting one of your, like, I think it's designed by the combat designer or one of those guys. He's like the creative director of the game. It's like, okay, I think it's fine giving him a project where he can be in charge of it. It'll make the studio a shit ton of money and they'll be financially secure to do whatever they want to do. Now, if they, I also wouldn't mind if Night Rain, like, if Night Rain has legs, just keep adding stuff to it. Do more DLC and just, like, pack it on. Make as much money as you can. But Miyazaki said that, yeah, they're working on, like, a bunch of other projects. Don't worry, gang. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Or it's just real cope. Yeah, Night Rain recycled so much that was probably done very quickly. Yeah, that's also another thing. It's like, these assets exist, and, you know, if nothing else, now all of the enemies from, like, Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro and Bloodborne, all of these enemies that are going to be repackaged into this are going to have to be formatted around Elden Ring combat. So they're going to have, like, stance breaking and such. And that means that if you're a modder, now you have access to all of these enemies pre-baked with Elden Ring combat. So if you're doing Elden Ring mods, you can just rip things straight from this. And it gives you just this incredible arsenal of assets to use from the extended FromSoft library. Acer, put the cat video on. Enlightened cats. I don't think these cats are enlightened at all.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
His name was... He had a stupid name. Hey, my cat does this too. I think they like flowing water because of Kekore. Cats do stupid stuff like this all the time. In the trash. Oh, look at this cat. He has a funny nose.
Пожалуйста, не надо.
Man, this video ain't no good. Cats overstates of play. Days Gone Remastered. They gave us a Days Gone Remaster over Bloodborne, gang! This... What are we to make of this? The owners obviously left the Coke box on the stairs intentionally. Yeah, this is a lot of the stuff that they do. They will, like, why would that Coke box be on the stairs? Can't wait for Garden of Ice to add a Marvel Endgame ass fight with bosses from every game. Hollowed by the lack of Bloodborne news, Acer watches cat videos for the next 3 hours. Teach us basic phrases in your mother tongue. Hello. That's one. They are holding Bloodborne for PlayStation 6. Want me to vent with you? Logi, do we want to vent? I actually have to go to sleep pretty soon. I have to get up early tomorrow, so venting will have to wait. That's why I hate animal videos like that. Mostly they're set up and many are cruel. I don't mind the cruel part. I mind the setup. I feel like I'm being lied to, you know? Time to go back to Kingsfield and Wizardry. I can vent to you to sleep. Bloodborne 1 isn't worthy of PS6. They're just going the reverse alphabetical orders for remakes. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Now that's content, Lucky. Just to release the Bloodborne remaster now. Look. A few years ago, people pretended that there was this gigantic love for Days Gone. And Sony was like, oh yeah, we'll do that. And have you noticed one thing? Something interesting, chat. It's only the Western Sony games that are getting these endless remakes. Have you noticed this shit? The Japanese games, they don't get remakes. Have you noticed this shit? This is why we have Herman Holst in the cock chair. Because with Jim Ryan, he just moved everything into live service and, that entire industry blew up and also we don't have anything to release. Okay, let's just re-release all of our old games again. I think he was pretty unceremoniously fired because of his failed strategy. And I think the reason Herman Holst was jumped over when it came to selecting the new CEO is because they're moving production and management back to Japan because I think they're probably not happy with what the American leadership of PlayStation has amounted to. So also I'm still bitter about Japan studios being shut down. I think that's ridiculous. It's because Japan studio was shut down. Yeah. Demon Souls was remade by Bluepoint. I think is like a Polish developer, aren't they? No, I think they're British actually, right? Bluepoint. No, it's an American game developer based in Austin, Texas. So yeah, it's like that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Bloodborne will be leaked before it gets revealed. There's probably a contractual weirdness that makes re-releases not count towards end of fiscal year reports in Japanese companies. Yeah, so okay, that's also another thing that just Japan has an entire fake industry of lawyers who just invent bureaucracy to justify their own existence, and they just parasitically leech off of the economy there. There are so many contractual finanglings that you have to do in order to get anything done in Japan, I've heard. And especially because Japan Studios shut down, you would have to fish out all of those Japan Studios producers, get them back, get their approval, because it's like different rights and different proprietor blabbity bloobity thingy, where just here are like the lawyers have just managed to create a fake layer of bureaucracy for themselves to get paychecks. This is also why Nintendo will just kill fan projects. Shigeru Miyamoto is not making the call to kill fan projects. Satoru Iwata was not doing that. Reggie Fils-Aimé was not doing that. That's the lawyers. Every now and then, it comes to like end of fiscal year, we have to look at the budget, and the lawyers are like, oh, we have to shut down a bunch of fan projects to show that we're important. It's shit like that. Because if they didn't do that sort of stuff, they wouldn't be doing anything. And these companies would be like, oh, hey, we're just losing a lot of money to these parasites who don't produce anything for us. Maybe we should get rid of them. Astrobot was pretty good, but it's kind of the only Japanese game they've made in the past 5 years. Yeah. Who was Japan Studios? Who was Japan Studios? That was like their Japanese version of Santa Monica. Of their Santa Monica Studios. Glock were the Polish ones who did the Dark Souls 1 remaster. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course it's in Austin, Texas. Look at the designs. Enlightened cats. I love cats who achieved nirvana. None of these cats have achieved anything. The one in the Coke box. He was pretty good. What we need to do is not love Bloodborne anymore and force them to make a Bloodborne 2 or a remaster. We are being milked. I also think it's a case of Miyazaki doesn't want anybody else to touch Bloodborne. He probably wouldn't care about like remasters, but I think Bloodborne sequels, I think he would very much not allow anybody besides himself to make that. And he's just really busy. What am I playing right now? I'm going to be playing the Night Rain Network Test. I'm going to be streaming that. And what am I playing? I've been playing Dice Wars, that shitty Flash game that I play every now and then. I played Dishonored 2, I finished it, and I played a bit of Death of the Outsider. I like Dishonored 2. Death of the Outsider, I think, is kind of half-baked. And I've been thinking about doing like a bunch of immersive sim stuff, but also I just want to finish off these videos. I'm waiting to get approval from Steam to release my game, or release my demo. Then I can get to the Silent Hill 4 commentary, then I can finalize my game, release that, then I can do the Elden Ring commentary, and just do like smaller micro videos on the side to keep the channel alive, you know? Put the video back on in 2x speed. I'm not going to put it on in 2x speed. I think that ruins the magic. It's just so shocking to me that Sony for sure hears the calls for Bloodborne and will actively do nothing to support that. Yeah. I think it's also because these executives all have their own hobby projects. This cat can't jump for anything. And so many of them, I guess this is not a Sony problem, but like Andrew Wilson over at EA, this cat is crazy. Like, don't have any attachment to the gaming industry, and they're just like, how do I make more money from this? Without any care for, like, quality? What is this? It's a child. Aww. She's eating the fish. She wasn't very good at it.
Ding dong.
Silent Hill 4 video when? As soon as the demo's out, that's the video I'm planning to work on. I'll buy your game, Acer. Better be good. I can guarantee that it'll be one of the best games ever made. Though I think my game, the one I'm doing next, is going to be even better. Because Snail is... There's a lot of stuff I wish I could have done that I can't because of the way... I wouldn't be able to do it without going back to like page 1 and redeveloping the whole thing. And you know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to redevelop the projects you're working on midway through development. And the game's content complete. I just got to polish it up and add damage values and such. But there's different approaches to narrative design that I would approach, that I would like to experiment with. Because I've also been reading a lot of Chris Crawford's on interactive storytelling again recently. And I think he's right where he criticizes games about being about things and not people. And how the way video games handle choice in storytelling is kind of at odds with the idea of telling a real story. So in a game like Thief, you will, or a game in a game like Dishonored, you will choose to be stealthy. But then that's not the choice you make. Like that, the story choice is to go in sneakily, but it becomes an execution challenge. And if you fail the execution challenge, they revoke the choice you made in the story. And it's like, well, these things are kind of in conflict with another, the way you want to play, and then having a failure state attached to it. So players just have to like bounce back and save. And then you have games like Portal, like the story of Portal has nothing to do with portals. The gameplay gimmick of Portal could have been anything. There's no point in the story where portals matter. And because it's just like disembodied voices in the background talking to one another while you solve puzzles. And it's a fun game, but for narrative design, it's interesting that like the thing you do in the game doesn't matter. And so I would want to approach it more like a game like Baba Is Yo, where you actually have to, well, how to put this? I want to make an immersive sim where the systems come together not to generate combat encounters, but to generate story choices for the player. And I'm reasonably certain this can be done. I'm reasonably certain that it's not going to be nearly as elaborate when I finally get it working as it is in my head. I think it's going to be a very gimped down version of that. But I think that it'll be more interesting than what I've done with Snails Have Skeletons. Not that Snails Have Skeletons, not that you shouldn't also support that one. It's just a different approach. Snail remake by Bluepoint Games. I would let them do a remake for money if they gave me money. The absolute stale. I didn't watch the last 20 minutes. Did anything get revealed? Well, funny you should ask. That's sort of what the state of play became. Stream is tagged as Bloodborne? Of course. Well, of course. So like in Portal, if we can actually leave the tests and reward different player patterns. Imagine if Portal, like in Half-Life, you have a gravity gun, and the puzzles are about gravity. In Portal, you have a portal gun, and the puzzles are about Portal. But imagine if Portal or Half-Life had a story gun. It's more like that. Another sort of conflict in interactive narrative design that I've been thinking about is how... also AI behavior... because I was also struggling with how do you create really good AI that just responds to play? And I kind of mapped it out that you probably need the characters to speak a different language from the player, so the player doesn't understand them and just has to engage with what they are doing and sort of figure out their emotional state from that. But then I kind of realized that I don't think it matters. I think that AI characters are not important in trying to crack the interactive storytelling puzzle. I think choice matters, and I think everything should come down, should be downstream of generating a system for creating player choices, even NPC behaviors. So like in a Portal, if we could leave the test and reward different player patterns. Next, they're gonna make soup, and the puzzles will be about soup. Yeah, but that's also so interesting because when you think of a story, like if Luke Skywalker was 2 feet tall, was 2 meters tall, Star Wars doesn't change. If Luke Skywalker had blue skin, Star Wars doesn't change. You know, if Luke Skywalker lived on a forest planet instead of a desert planet, the story doesn't change. If Obi-Wan lived in a mansion, the story doesn't change. And so all of these sort of cosmetic or geographic changes that you make to the setup of the story, they don't really matter. But then if Luke Skywalker had the personality of Michael Corleone, the story is completely different. And in video games, if Portal had the gameplay of Tetris, the story wouldn't have to change. And it could be about like being instead of thinking with portals, you're just in a big carnival ride and you have different carnival puzzles. And the story would not need to change one bit to actually facilitate that. because the gameplay has nothing to do with storytelling. It's like there's a case to be made for like ambiance and stuff like that, which the gameplay does elicit, but I'm more trying to bring back that sort of Atari adventure game sensibility to narrative design. I want to see if that can be made to work with the Link to the Past formula. Sorry I'm late, guys. Bloodborne remastered for PC when? Look, they gave us a lot of hints towards it. They're probably not going to do it until after Night Rain. So, that's pretty definitively where we landed on that. You're a little tall for a stormtrooper. Yeah, exactly. Games just don't come out anymore. Hey, what are you talking about, Michael? We got a Days Gone remaster. I'm imagining Fallout New Vegas in terms of choices, but for the core story. Legend of Zelda does a good job with stuff like that. I think it's interesting in Breath of the Wild that they just kind of gave up on telling stories. So it's just like, well, you can't really map narrative progression to player choice anymore. So it's just going to be told with flashbacks that the player can encounter in any order, really. I think that's an interesting solution, but you're getting around the problem rather than solving the problem. And I'm also interested in seeing, because Ken Levine's game, I don't think it's going to be this. I think Ken Levine's game is going to be much more just, we can shift entire chunks of dialogue and story components to get around in order to create stories that are still coherent. Just like you can randomly generate a level, we're going to be able to randomly generate narrative. But I'm much more interested in immersive sim design, but the systems really are about story. Other Zelda, like Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. I don't know. Those games don't have a lot of story systems. I think interactive narrative is an exercise in chasing ghosts at this point. It seems like an ideal that people hold but can't really define. Yeah, I mean, different people define it differently. To me, it would just be about. Actually, I should probably do. I'm probably just gonna do a devlog stream, really going into this stuff. But hold on, I wrote down some notes here when I was reading the book earlier, and see if I can make some of this useful. There's so many notes here. I'll talk more about this in the devlog whenever that happens. But chasing ghosts, yeah. I mean, it's just there has to be more than playing 3-dimensional Tetris, hiding behind covers, shooting enemies, and then you watch a cutscene. Like, The Last of Us cannot be where we just settle as an industry. Like, yep, this is how we tell stories. Like, this is... It's enough of this, okay? Enough. Everybody has to work on a different way of telling stories in the industry, or else we're just going to be stuck with this forever. Ken Levine wants you to all forget his narrative Legos idea. He would have showed it off by now. No, he showed it off. That's that's Judas. Narrative Legos was just sort of first steps towards the game design of Judas. He's done some interviews. I think it was what's it called, Chasing the Spider or something. And there was another one he did. He may have been talking actually to Warren Spector about it. I don't remember who he was talking to. I think it was Warren Spector, or maybe I'm maybe Harvey Smith and Warren Spector did a talk together. Anyways, he did a pretty in-depth talk about how the sort of narrative design of Judas works. And the story of Judas doesn't interest me very much. I think it's kind of, Gen X, kind of edgy, kind of, look at this. But it's like, but the systems, I think, are interesting. If Luke Skywalker was 2 meters tall, he would have been the dominant alpha of the group, and George Lucas wouldn't have retconned him to be Leia's brother. Oh, yeah. Would Baldur's Gate 3 be fitting? It's closer, but so stories are about the way human beings relate to one another. A story is not a puzzle. And games are really good at making you navigate, about like exploring space, 2-dimensional space, 3-dimensional space. They're really good at like resource management, all those sorts of stuff. But when it comes to interacting with other human beings and in a meaningful way, games just really don't know how to do that. When it comes to, and stories are also about conflict, but video game conflict is just combat. Deeper conflict, like I said, social stuff, that's not something we do well. In Twilight Princess, you turn into a wolf because of the twilight affecting the world. In Wind Waker, you sail around because the earth is flooded. Yeah. I think they do mechanics with story well. The story of Wind Waker would change if there was no boat. I guess it would change in the fact that there wouldn't be a story. I mean, if... but change other superfluous elements, because when you say it doesn't have a boat, I mean, I guess it would be a different story too if you just had like a raft or something. But the story, like, it's kind of with Wind Waker, I would want to say the story doesn't change if you swap the boat out for another boat, but like it would, because the boat is actually a character. So you kind of need the boat, but you need it not as a boat as much as you need it as a character. Why is Loki not on call with you right now? I shoot him away because I was going to go to sleep, and then I fell into the rabbit hole. And I've been doing that for longer, I think, than we were watching that State of Play. Anyway, chat, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go to sleep. Have to get up early tomorrow. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And who knows? I'll do a devlog going deeper in talks of going deeper in on these things I talk about here when I have had some sleep and when I have my notes in front of me. Let's do one more cat. Let's do this one.
She's mad at me because I didn't give her enough attention all day. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Get it all out, sweetheart. Yeah, no, I know. I clothe you, I house you, I feed you. You ain't paying no rent. Go ahead.
This is very true about cats, though. Freeloading assholes. Good night, everybody.